we're on a short period, which means we get out at what time today? 10:49, okay? So 10:49, we're out of here. Here's what we're gonna do today. Let me explain, and then I'm gonna have you guys get in groups. You're going to wanna pick your groups depending on how well everybody works, because it's a group grade. We've done this before. You guys remember? Yes? Okay, so there's a person 1, person 2, person 3, and 4. These are your reading pages. Everybody has 4 pages equally to read. Chapter 14 is really long. It's about, I think, 30 pages. Okay, so we won't finish the chapter today. There's a lot that goes on. What was the last chapter we read that had a lot of stuff going on?
That was 10.
Chapter 10. Yes, it was chapter 10. So almost the same thing where a lot goes on and we're going to have to analyze a lot of stuff. So each person is going to have a job to do. Person 1 is going to have a collective summary, and it's only a half a page today because we're on a short period. A collective summary means when we all sit down, we read our pages, we talk about what happened so far. I'm going to take notes of what Brian read, then I'm going to take notes of what Juan read, and then I'm going to take notes of what Justine read. Based on what they read, then I have to write a summary about all these pages, pages 143 to 158. Yes, I didn't read all the pages, but I got the feedback from my group in order to write a summary about all these, okay? So that's why it's a collective summary. Person 2, you're gonna find one quote. You need to cite it correctly, and then you need to analyze it. Remember, it can't be something that we just read. It has to dig deeper into the text. If you can't analyze it, then what does that mean? That what? Say it again, sorry. Not that you didn't understand it, but what else? He slept all night. Can I analyze that any deeper?
No. You
No,
can't
so-
explain with like something that has meaning behind it.
Yes, so if I can't explain it, then what does that mean about the quote?
That's useless.
Yes, it's not that good, okay? So we need to find a different quote that we can actually dig deeper on. You're gonna make your job harder if you have a quote that just can't go any deeper into it, okay? So go and write another line and be like, okay, here, this one means this, this, and that, okay? So the main thing is that you need to dig deeper and we need to practice citing correctly, and I put it up here for you to remind you. Person 3, you're gonna define the word broadly, okay? And then you're gonna tell me how it's shown in chapter 14. You don't know that yet until you Google that word, okay? And then you'll be like, oh, okay, now I know how that plays into chapter 14, okay? Then person 4, you are gonna make an inference about the play scene, and you have to write a half a page. There's this big old scene that goes on about a play that happens at Antonio's school, okay? And a lot of stuff happens, and it gets really crazy, and you're gonna read about that, okay? You're gonna tell me why it was important to put that play scene in here, okay? Why is all this craziness happening? Good? Okay, get up, find groups of 4, you have 1 minute, go. And you need to make your desk look like groups. Okay, if you guys have all read, you can go ahead and start orally discussing your summary and sharing notes.
I don't know, this book was so Chinese. What? I don't know, look, the character's just weird.
They're already at the school. Okay, so Andrew's there. He's talking to him about like how everything changed once he got back from the army, and then he talks about he wants to be a sheep herder, and Antonio's telling Andrew that his mom wants him to be a priest and a farmer. And Andrew's like, yeah, but those are good choices, so you might as well choose them. Unlike our father, that is. So then when they get to school, he visits Miss Maestas, then he goes to his friends, and he's talking to his friends about random stuff, and then when somebody brings up Ultima being a witch, and so they're talking like bad stuff about her, that she's a witch and that she blinded Tenorio, and then Antonio starts a fight with one of them because they're talking bad stuff about her, and then everyone starts getting up.
And there's one part. So why does he start a fight with Ernie? Not because he's just talking bad about it, but what does he remember about the whole Tenorio scene where his dad and Narciso? Remember, he remembers something, and he's like, oh, I remember my dad and I remember Narciso the night before when Tenorio.
Oh yeah, because he's like, oh yeah, they stood up to Tenorio because. So I might as well do it too. So then.
Like showing his loyalty to Ultima for everything that she's done. Good. Who's the summary person? Okay, good. So when they start to give their parts, you want to take notes so you can add into your paragraph. Good job, guys. Keep going. Yes.
When we cite it, what do we do?
When you cite your source?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to pick a quote. You need to cite it the way it is up on the board where we have the cite sources. So you're going to put the quotation marks on the outside, you need the parentheses, and then you also need a dia and a page. So for citing your source, you're going to pull it directly from the novel. And then you're going to put it onto your paper. Then after you cite your source correctly, then you're going to go into analyzing what that quote means. So first pick a quote. George, Alvar, which one did you have? Which one did you have?
The one where they're all running on the stage.
So your person what?
Huh?
Your person who?
Oh, person.
Your person 3? Okay, so what is your word that you had to define?
I had to define her.
And what does that mean?
That means to make a funnier version of something that was originally of something like originally like a movie or something.
Good, okay. And how do we see that in chapter 14?
Rodolfo Añada shows that by all of them like messing around when they're trying to get the play in order.
Okay, good. You guys are on the right track.
That's key.
How are you doing over here? Good. Good. Who hasn't finished reading? Chase? Chase? Okay. Are you guys all finished?
Yeah, we are.
What person are you? 3?
One.
1?
2.
Okay, so have you summarized 1, 2, and 3 so far?
We're just waiting for the lady so she can translate.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. What do you have so far?
The quote.
Okay, perfect. How are we doing over here? Good. Who's person 1?
Me.
2, 3, and 4. Good. Okay, George, let's check in with you. Did you read page 153?
What? No, I was writing a.
You're ready, page? Okay. So did you bring me some of your notes that you got so far to summarize the page that you read? You want to read them to me? No? You want me to read them? Okay. So Miss Violet and Red revived the poor. Oh, from the top? Okay. Well, we talked about this, about the bones. He climbed the rope, right? Some random... Can we use different words? Appropriate words, please. Okay. Tips. Child over and loses its head. Florence as well. Good. Okay, so what's happening right now? What's going on?
Insanity.
Insanity of what?
Everything.
Of what? But what's a whole?
The play.
The play. Good.
Going
And,
down.
and who was supposed to run this play?
The babies.
The girls, right? And they are nowhere to be found in school today. So therefore, everything is falling apart. And who's trying to hold it all together?
Everybody else.
No, who's the main one in charge, trying to hold it all together?
Miss Violet.
Miss Violet.
It
Good.
all goes down now.
Good. Okay, so page 1, you're now on page 153, and I want you to read 153 to yourself, and then I'm going to come back and check in on you. Okay? There's more that's going to happen, more chaos. Okay? Good? Okay, I'll be right back. So, the more chaos. There's like 3 more pages of chaos, so you'll find it humorous.
No, the sisters have to stay. The sisters